It's as simple as be, do, have. And I think every time I speak, these three things keep coming up. And it's interesting to me to use this in so many different ways and in so many pieces of your life. So it's as simple as that. That's the first thing you need to know. Be, do, have. This is very easy. Okay? Are you ready? I'm going to ask you a question and I just want you to answer it as quickly as you can and as honestly as you can. We'll start over here. Since you were the last one. First mover's advantage. Okay, are you ready? Who are you? It's interesting. Anytime I've done that, I always get different answers. Isn't that amazing? We're all different, aren't we? So many times, the very first answer is, I am Mary Smith. Or I am a doctor. Or I am whatever. And the list goes on. The way you choose to define yourself is who you are. That's your definition of you. And it's really important for us to understand that because sometimes what we do is we define ourselves in ways that might not make sense to somebody else. You know, if I were to say, I am JLynne Croneberger, well, what is a JLynne Croneberger? Because I don't know. See, the simple reason that I do what I do in my career and more importantly in my life is because just like you, I want to make a difference. I want to make other people know they can do whatever they set their minds to, regardless of situation, regardless of past history, regardless of where they are right now. I read something recently that talked about being a leader and a coach, and it hit home with me. It's not about where you are right now, it's about who you can become. And it's about teaching others those same principles. We all make choices every day, and those choices are what create our outcome. Some good, and some not so good. But one thing that has made me realize what being successful really means is reflected in how many people I can give to every day. How many people say thank you, how many people I have reached out to, and how many people have reached back. On the wall behind my desk is the famous Gandhi quote, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." I believe we all have that power. In my mental game coaching with my athletes, in coaching my softball team, as well as in my business coaching and corporate workshops, I focus on the concept of one at a time. So 1,000,000 becomes one. One mind, one body, one goal, one at a time. I wear a starfish on my necklace as a reminder of this. The story as it was told by Lauren Isley goes as follows. Once upon a time, there was a wise man who used to go to the ocean to do his writing. He had a habit of walking on the beach before he began his work. One day, he was walking along the shore, and he looked down the beach and saw a human figure moving like a dancer. He smiled to himself at the thought of someone who would dance the day away, and so he walked faster to catch up. As he got closer, he noticed that the figure was that of a young man, and that what he was doing was not dancing at all. The young man was reaching down to the shore, picking up small objects, and throwing them back into the ocean. He came closer still and called out, "Good morning, may I ask what you're doing?" The young man paused, looked up, and replied, "Throwing starfish into the ocean." "I must ask then, why are you throwing starfish into the ocean?" To this, the young man replied, "The sun is up and the tide is going out. If I don't throw them in, they'll die." Upon hearing this, the wise man commented, "But young man, do you not realize that there are miles and miles of beach, and there are starfish all along every mile? You can't possibly make a difference." At this, the young man bent down, picked up yet another starfish, and threw it into the ocean. As it met the water, he said, "I made a difference to that one." Sometimes it's as simple as a hello or a smile to a total stranger, or it's as simple and as complex as sawubona. Sawubona is a Zulu greeting. It means, "we see you." And the response is, "Yebu sawubona," yes, we see you too. It's never I, it's we. It's about a tribe of people who are connected by the same thread and the same ideals, much like we are here tonight. Orland Bishop, a young mentor in LA, explains it best. He says, "Seeing is a dialogue. It establishes you as a witness to a phenomenon. By saying, yes, we see each other, it becomes our agreement that seeing has empowered us to investigate our mutual potential for life.
So the interesting thing is when we look out of our belief window, we all see different things. And that comes from where we come from. It comes from our surroundings, how we were brought up. It also comes from our life experiences. And there's a lot of our life experiences that go into, okay, how do I go from point A to point B? I need to know who I am and where I come from first. And I need to know what are my beliefs? What window am I looking out of? Because if I don't know that, I'm not really sure where I'm headed. It's almost like saying I'd like to go to California, but I have no idea where I am. So how do I find that on the map? Brief understanding of we all come from different places, we all have different life experiences, and that's how we see the world. So we'll hear something and we perceive it in a totally different way than the person next to you, okay? That's, I believe, what you need to learn, what you need to understand, number one, is where am I coming from? What is my belief window? Where do those things fall on my needs wheel? And how